are on Instagram Live. My name is Makeda Waterman, and I am tuning in all the way from Top Writing Services Incorporated. I own a content marketing and writing company. I've been doing this for about 7 years, full-time, solid for about 5. And I wanted to talk to you about the power of marketing writing. Now, I know in my content I talk a lot about video marketing and social media tips and branding and all this kind of stuff through my videos. But one of the things that I kind of shy away from is the writing aspect of marketing, which is just as powerful as your photos and your visuals and your videos. And when I talk about marketing writing, I'm talking about your captions, anything on your website. It could be a menu, it could be a business card, it could be a marketing plan, a business plan, even a PowerPoint presentation that you're doing in front of investors or a bank to prove to them that you are the company to invest in. So let's get straight to it, hoping that this live stream can be about 15 minutes. But for everyone watching, click the subscribe button if you're on YouTube and click the follow button if you're on any other social media app watching this, because I want to get straight to the good stuff. So when you're writing, you want to be like a painter. When you're writing, you want to use textures and colors, and you really want to be as descriptive as possible in your content. More than ever before, a lot of us, including myself, have spent a lot of time indoors, a lot of times alone during quarantine, or with a few people. And our emotions and our thought processes and our feelings are way more heightened than they've ever been, in my opinion, in our entire lives. So when we are looking through a website, we're looking through even just the description of a piece of retail item like jeans, for example, and we're looking at the description, it's really, really important that you are as descriptive as possible, because that dull caption about your product or service on your website for e-commerce folks that are tuning in, or even if you're putting out a social media caption on LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, it does not matter. People really want to feel what you're saying. So the more description that you can share, the more possible. So let me give you an example. Let's say that we are talking about a dress. Actually, the other day I was on Instagram and I was scrolling through my timeline and I saw an advertisement for sweater dresses. Kid me not. I don't know what it is about Instagram and YouTube, but it's like they're always thinking ahead of something I'm thinking or I've said out loud. We can get into the whole, technology of that. But for now, let's just say the other day I was looking at a couple of sweater dresses. And for the first time in probably about a year or two, I decided to buy 3 sweater dresses on Instagram on one website. As I was looking through the description, I liked the fact that it had the measurements. I could tell, what the chest size and the waist size would be. I didn't even have to, go out to the store and try to find this place or, go online and try to figure out the measurements. It was so descriptive that I said, okay, I'm getting a small in all 3 colors and I'm buying them. And that's exactly how you want your content to be. Now, let's take, for example, you're doing storytelling and you're talking about, I don't know, maybe you're a chef and you're talking about this chicken casserole that you just made or something to that effect. And you want to start getting into textures. As I was making the chicken casserole, I took a bite of the food and it was crunchy and it tasted like lemon and barbecue chicken and, these kind of spices. So you have to be as descriptive as possible so that people can listen to what you're saying and hear what you're saying or read what you're saying, and they can get a physical feeling of how it would feel to buy your products and services. Thanks for joining. Feel free to ask any questions below as I'm going through this. So when you're writing, you also want to bring up your feeling statements. Dating coaches, they talk a lot about how the woman should be in her feminine and how she should be expressing herself with feeling statements, but you can do this in your marketing as well. So let's take, for example, you're talking about a motivational post and you want to talk about something that happened to you during the pandemic. So you can start off your sentence in social media like, the beginning of the pandemic hit and my heart started beating. I almost felt like I was about to have a heart attack. And then my mother came from her country and stayed with me for 6 months, and I felt so calm and so reassured. Hey, thanks for joining, Keisha. And so when you're doing your writing, please include feeling statements, especially when you're storytelling, because it's one thing to say, the pandemic started, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if my business would fail. And so this is what I did. Add those feeling statements. The pandemic started. People were losing their businesses. I was so frightened that I was paralyzed for 6 weeks. And then I had a solution to go from my store to e-commerce. Hey, thanks for joining. Oh, okay. And so add those feeling statements so that when people are reading your content on your website, in your e-commerce, in your captions, or even in your subtitles as you're talking, they can feel your journey as you're storytelling. I added you to join, Keisha. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but hopefully there's no glitch in the Instagram system. Click the wrong thing. Oh, no problem. And so let's talk about comparisons and let's talk about differences. So when you're, Keisha, she's an expert in cleanliness for skin and makeup. So let's talk about maybe you're using Kylie Jenner's products and maybe Rihanna's Fenty products. And you kind of use that because you know that that's a plug-in. People are going to check in that video or watch to see what you're going to say about Kylie Jenner's makeup and Rihanna's makeup. So then you can start talking about comparisons. Like I like the fact that Kylie has multiple colors for different shades of brown, and so does Rihanna. But the differences are, I've never used these products, ladies. Hers lasts for 12 hours. I can swim, I can rub my face, I can go on a date, I can rush into a meeting, and Rihanna's Fenty product stays on my face, and when I get home, I sleep. Before doing that, I wash my face. But with Kylie's, unfortunately, only lasts for 2 or 3 hours, and I have to go to the bathroom, take care of all my issues in my face, and then go back to my date or go back to my clients. So when you're doing your writing, talk about comparisons, talk about differences, be as descriptive as possible, because people need that right now. I think people are extra sensitive in these days and times. So the more descriptive that you can be in your products or services, or even your business stories that you're sharing with your audience, or even person, try it sometimes. Try speaking to your customers about how you're doing and start getting in descriptive languages and Englishes and colors and textures and memories. And that can really make them feel connected to you over others to come back to you and refer you to their family and friends. I always say use grade 5 English. I'm educated. I'm sure, ladies, you are very educated, but the average individual out there, people are coming from different countries to America and Canada. So grade 5 English is usually preferable unless you're speaking to executives and like super suit and tie business folks. Try to use that grade 5 English across the board. It really does help. I always felt bad back in the day when I started on social media and people were like, what does this word mean? And then I had to describe it. And then if the person didn't understand, they just kind of fell off the map because they're like, what is she talking about? It took her 5 comments or 5 replies to my comments just to describe it. We always want to have a very seamless, effortless communication experience. And in your sentences, try to use no more than 15 words in sentences. It's really hard to do, but the more you can do it, the more you can say less. And as a result of writing less captions or writing less words on your website and on each page, from the bio to the services to the contact us, you can then even start using this, using 15 words in your videos and really making your videos short and compact. Hey, Enrica, it's been a while. How are you doing? And so on and so forth. So I know this was kind of short, ladies. I just wanted to do a 10, 15-minute chat about the power of writing in your marketing. I'll just do a recap. Make sure to use those textures. I was giving an example of a chef that is talking about his chicken linguine or something like that. And he starts talking about, when I took a bite of the chicken linguine, it was crunchy. I can feel the lemons. I can taste the herbs. I can taste the cilantro. So try to be as descriptive as possible about what you're doing, what you're selling, even events. Be as descriptive as possible. This is really helpful. Thanks. Hi, I'm doing well. That's awesome. You guys, are you still under a curfew? Because I have family, not necessarily in your country, but they're still kind of under a curfew. Hope you're not under a curfew, but let me know. And then always have those feeling statements. I was saying earlier, a lot of dating coaches tell women to be in your feminine. You're talking to your man or you're on a date. Tell him, if he asks, how was work today? You don't just say, oh, I bagged like 6 clients. Woohoo! You say, I felt so excited. I got 6 clients. I feel like celebrating tonight. Why don't we do this? Men and women can do this too. Yes, until the end of November. Oh, that's really... Well, you guys are kind of lucky because they're kind of making people get the vaccination to just fly throughout Canada. So it's kind of difficult for some people out here, but at least before Christmas, you guys will be able to kind of hang out with the locals and the tourists and stuff. And I hope it does end in November because I'm starting to get a little frustrated with this quarantine stuff myself. And memories in your content, in anything on your website, even in your bio. Take a look at your bio on your website and ask yourself, are you adding memories? Are you adding colors? Are you adding textures? Are you adding feeling statements? You know, one of the things I don't necessarily like about LinkedIn is sometimes I'll go on people's bio and it's just very basic. It's rigid. I don't feel any personality or a sense of, I want to connect with this person. But when I look on somebody's bio, even when I'm looking to buy clothes and it's fun, it's exciting, I really feel like I'm going through like a journey with that clothing designer, with that software company. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I really know the CEO. I'm going to buy from them or send them an email and ask about more information. So try that out if you want to spruce up your website. Comparisons and differences. I know I made, a kind of like an example of a makeup artist talking about the Fenty Rihanna product versus the Kylie Jenner product and kind of comparing the two makeups. So try to talk about comparisons, opposites, and differences. And the last 2 things, use grade 5 English. All of us are very educated on this line, but there are a lot of people that don't, their first language is not English, but they're trying. And a lot of people in general, they don't really want to Google and dictionary.com, big words and stuff they don't understand. They really just want to understand what we're saying in short sentences of about 15 words in each sentence. And that's a synopsis of the power of marketing writing. If you ladies have any questions below, I wanted to keep this one short because I just wanted to give some examples and tell you how powerful the art of writing is, whether you're an entrepreneur, even if you're writing a sales letter, you're writing a letter to your bank to get lending. That's marketing in itself. If you own a business or if it's something personal that you're going to use for business, writing is very powerful. One of my friends back in the day, he said, if you know how to communicate, you can access doors that are usually locked. And he was saying that with respect to my personal life, but it also applies to writing too. If you can write a really short caption and really grab people's attention in the first 5 seconds, they would be more motivated to press read more and read till the end, where you can put the juicy stuff. And the same thing goes for writing a script for a video, Instagram Reels or a short video or even going live. This is impromptu, so I have my notes, but because I've been marketing writing, I kind of know how to keep people interested in stuff like that. So I hope this is helpful, ladies. I'm going to add this to my video here. And if you're following me on YouTube, I'm going to screen record it and share this on YouTube. But I have more content coming up. Like you could probably tell I'm changing up my style every week. And a lot of it is just realizing that people's attention spans are changing. And I'm really just trying to stretch myself and create great videos and have fun and still be educational. You're going to see more short videos from me where I'm talking versus just like the skits and the stuff that I was doing over the past several months. But every week I'm going to switch it up for each and every one of you so that you can learn and get a better understanding of the basics of marketing. And at some point I'll be sharing a little bit more high level stuff, but hope that everything I'm sharing is helping. I don't see any questions in the comments, but it's Friday. The sun is going to go down in about an hour. and I'm going to head to an Ethiopian restaurant and get some food because I am hungry, ladies. But thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments and the questions. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend. If you do have any questions, anyone that's here or watching this, feel free to send me a message if you have any questions, or if there are topics. Hey, thanks for joining. If there are topics that I haven't quite covered yet, feel free to leave a note or a comment, and I'll see if it would be something that everybody would want to see. And hey, JPW, CYEG, I just ended the presentation, but I'm going to upload this on my video, so hopefully you can take a look. Hey, Yardy Landscaping, just about to log off. I finished my short 15-minute presentation, but I'm going to add it on video, so hopefully you can check out the basics of marketing writing for beginners. Whether you're self-employed or an employee, this applies. You are marketing yourself, ladies and gentlemen, even when you go to a networking event or even when you go into the cafeteria at work. Believe it or not, that is your personal brand, how you show up, how you dress, how you make people feel. This is not just business related. Marketing writing can be good for your personal life too. Whether you're writing a love letter to your partner or you're trying to negotiate something with your insurance company because you got into a car accident. Everything is marketing. Everything is branding, whether we want to accept it or not. It's just a fancy word to say dealing with life in a very effective way and being the best communicators that we can as life goes on. So thank you for joining, and hope you have a good night, ladies and gents. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye.